You may have heard Trump wants Canada to join the USA. Could it be maple syrup for everybody, or is it just total nonsense? This might be the wildest political take we've heard all year. Does Canada even want to become the 51st state? That's the idea, and it got everybody talking from Vancouver to Vermont. But what does this even mean? Do Canadians want to join their neighbors to the south? Are there benefits for both sides? Or is Trump trying to bully Canada into submission for his own gains? Why would Trump suggest Canada join the USA? Well, apparently he's not thrilled about some of Canada's trade and immigration policies. His pitch is lower taxes for Canadians, enhanced military power, and economic perks. Because, of course, that's what Canadians are dreaming of. And it's not like Canada already benefits from those things. And let's be real, this idea isn't new. Fun fact, this whole thing about Canada becoming part of the US has popped up before in the past. Back in the 1800s, there was actually a movement for Canada to join the USA because some Canadians thought it would boost their economy and give them more global clout. But then there was the War of 1812, where the US tried to force Canada into the Union. Spoiler, it didn't end well. Canadians actually burned down the White House. Yeah, that's a flex where Canada will never let the US forget. Fast forward to today, and the idea is back. But let's talk logistics. What would this even look like? Alright, imagine this. Canada joins the US. What happens next? Well, for starters, hockey would become America's national sport. Sorry, baseball. And Tim Hortons? It will spread like wildfire throughout the US. As a Canadian, I don't see anything wrong with that though. We all could use a little bit more Timmies in our life. Canadians once again getting access to Target stores. That was a failed venture in the past, but maybe this time it will work. And Americans finally learning the magic of poutine. It's a win-win, right? But hold on. It's not all maple syrup and sunshine. Think about healthcare. As most of us know, Canadians get free healthcare. Well, it's not free, you pay taxes for it, but it's included. And Americans, not so much. That's bound to cause problems. Well, that might fix the Canadians' problem of overcrowding in the ER. But we're okay waiting 6 hours for doctors as long as we don't have to pay insurance. Now let's talk numbers. Where would Canada fit into the US economy? Well, Canada's GDP is $2.2 trillion per year. That's a little bit bigger than Texas at $2.1 trillion. But it's only half of California's whopping $4 trillion. So yeah, Canada wouldn't be just any old state. It would be an economic powerhouse and still have some room to grow. If Canada joined the US, it would immediately become the second largest state by economy. Move over, New York. Basically, Canada's economy would be one of the big boys on the block, making almost everyone else look like a middle school science project. Does this mean we get a discount on maple syrup? But remember, all that GDP comes with strings attached, like universal healthcare. So it might be a bit hard to balance the budget after all. You might ask, how are Canadians reacting to this? Well, it's a mix of outrage, humor, and some signs of support. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank claims that half of Canadians might actually be into this idea. I don't know if that's true. Half of Canadians? Sometimes Mr. Wonderful embellishes just a little bit. I'm sure most Canadians are like,
over my dead moose.
Alright, it's time to get real. Could this really happen? The short answer is probably not. Here's why. 1. National pride. Canada's not giving up their identity to pledge the allegiance to the flag. Politics. Merging two massive systems? That's a logistical nightmare. 3. Culture. Canadians and Americans might share the border, but they're very different. Just ask anyone who's ever tried to understand curling. I'm kidding. The culture thing might be on the pro side of the argument. Us Canadians get most of our culture from US social media, TV, and music. No matter what anyone says, we are very similar in many ways. But let's dream a little. What if the US and Canada form some sort of super alliance? Open borders, shared resources and other things, kind of like the European Union. We might just be unstoppable. The global powerhouse of politeness and freedom fries. Or maybe we should just keep things the way they are. So what do you think? Should Canada become the 51st state? Or is this just another wild Trump idea that's better left on Twitter? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your most opinionated friend. And remember, maple syrup should be for everybody.